The power of rapid-fire tanks, the iron symphony of speed and firepower. On the modern battlefield, where every meter of ground can be bought only with blood and steel, the rapid-fire tank stands not merely as a symbol of power, but as living proof of the evolution of warfare itself. Unlike traditional tanks that rely purely on thick armor and heavy single-shot guns, the rapid-fire line of armored vehicles carries within it a new philosophy: speed, reaction time, and the ability to unleash controlled chaos at will. The origin of the rapid-fire concept. Throughout history, the rhythm of fire has often decided victory or defeat. From the era of early cannons to the industrial age, weapon designers have always sought to shorten reload times and increase firing speed. When tanks became the kings of the battlefield during World War II, this question returned with new urgency. Early tanks fired single shells, manually loaded by human hands. Yet as combat grew more dynamic, fast-moving enemies, multi-directional threats, the need for sustained firepower became essential. Thus was born the idea of a rapid-fire tank gun, not simply faster, but capable of maintaining continuous suppression. Industrial powers began experimenting with mechanical autoloaders, rotary magazines, and recoil-reducing systems. These innovations laid the foundation for a new generation of tanks, machines that could deliver several shells in seconds, embodying the doctrine of aggressive and proactive warfare. The mechanism behind the firestorm. At the heart of this evolution lies the autoloader system. In conventional tanks, a human loader manually places each shell into the breech. In rapid-fire models, this process is completely automated. The ammunition carousel or magazine, circular, sliding, or rotary, feeds rounds with precision timing. This automation allows for smaller crews, often just 3 members, driver, gunner, and commander. With fewer people inside, interior space is optimized and total weight is reduced. The trade-off, however, is mechanical complexity. Every moving part must function flawlessly under mud, sand, heat, or cold. A defining feature of these tanks is the 2-axis stabilized gun. It enables accurate fire while on the move, keeping the barrel steady even as the chassis bounces across rough terrain. This innovation distinguishes modern tanks from their predecessors, which had to stop before firing. Another advantage is the multi-ammo capability. Different shells, armor-piercing, high-explosive, thermobaric, or anti-personnel, can be selected instantly through a digital fire control panel. The autoloader automatically rotates the correct type into the breech. This versatility allows the rapid-fire tank to function as both a tank killer and an infantry support weapon. 3. Tactical advantages. On any battlefield, firing speed determines survival. A tank capable of firing 3 or 4 shells within 10 seconds will nearly always prevail over one that can shoot only once. 1. Reaction time. Rapid-fire systems give crews the ability to engage threats almost instantly. Once sensors or optics detect an enemy, ballistic computers calculate range, elevation, and ammunition type in seconds. The first shell is fired before the target even realizes it's been spotted, and if it survives, the next rounds are already chambered. 2. Psychological suppression. Facing a vehicle that fires without pause is terrifying. Continuous bursts make it almost impossible to pinpoint its location. In urban or forested environments, these tanks act as target sweepers, clearing obstacles and hostile positions with frightening efficiency. 3. Infantry support. The high rate of fire allows for exceptional coordination with infantry. As troops advance, the tank lays down a constant curtain of shells against bunkers, walls, and ambush points, ensuring safe passage for the units behind it. 4. Mobility and hit-and-run tactics. Equipped with advanced suspension and powerful engines, these tanks can reach speeds between 60 and 70 kilometers per hour. They move, shoot, and relocate before the enemy can counter. This mobility, combined with rapid fire, creates what soldiers call the dance of death, a deadly choreography of movement and precision. However, the weak points beneath the armor. No weapon is perfect, and the rapid-fire tank is no exception. 1. Mechanical complexity. Full automation means more components that can fail. A single malfunction in the loading system can disable the entire gun, turning the tank into a steel coffin. Field repairs under combat conditions are extremely difficult. 2. Limited ammunition. Autoloader magazines hold only a finite number of shells, often a few dozen. In prolonged engagements, ammunition depletion becomes a real risk, especially when firing in long bursts. 3. Heat and barrel wear. Rapid, consecutive shots generate immense heat. Without advanced cooling systems and high-grade materials, barrels can warp or lose accuracy. Maintaining a stable firing rhythm requires meticulous engineering and maintenance. 4. Thinner armor. To balance weight, many designs sacrifice armor thickness. While this increases speed, it also leaves the vehicle vulnerable to modern anti-tank missiles and kinetic penetrators. Therefore, survival depends on movement and positioning rather than sheer resilience. V. Role in modern warfare. After the Cold War, the nature of conflict changed. Large tank battles became rare. Urban warfare, counterinsurgency, and asymmetric combat took center stage. Yet the rapid-fire tank found a new purpose. In city fighting, its speed and high firing rate enable instant responses, striking targets hidden behind windows, walls, or rooftops. On open ground, it functions as a lightning striker, coordinating with drones and mechanized infantry to create integrated attack formations. The introduction of smart fire control systems further transformed the concept. Modern tanks can automatically track moving targets, calculate their trajectory, and select ammunition types autonomously. This synergy between automation and artificial intelligence has turned rapid-fire tanks into one of the deadliest assets on land. VI, a new design philosophy: speed over weight. The 20th century was the age of heavy armor. The 21st belongs to speed and intelligence. Rapid-fire tanks embody this shift in military thinking. Instead of focusing solely on thicker steel, engineers now optimize sensors, reaction times, and situational awareness. A new creed emerged: fire first, fire faster, and survive. Digital networks, radar, and battlefield AI give commanders real-time data. They can make split-second decisions from within sealed compartments, coordinating with reconnaissance drones or satellites. Compared with the duel-at-dawn mindset of classic tank warfare, this is a revolution, a fusion of steel and silicon. The SIPN, influence on military doctrine. The advent of rapid-fire tanks forced armies to rethink their doctrines. Offensive operations no longer rely on artillery prepares, tanks follow. Instead, tanks themselves serve as mobile artillery, advancing while firing to break defensive lines through sustained pressure. Defensive doctrines evolved too. Opponents learned to disperse formations, avoiding concentration that could be annihilated within seconds. Simulation studies show that a small unit of rapid-fire tanks can suppress an entire battalion of armored vehicles when properly coordinated. In modern military academies, they are studied as archetypes of high-tempo warfare, where reaction speed and data are more decisive than gun caliber. 8. The future of rapid-fire weaponry. The future points toward even greater automation and new physics. Engineers are developing electromagnetic railguns and directed energy weapons, promising near-instant fire rates and pinpoint accuracy. But even when such technology arrives, the core principle that defines rapid-fire tanks, speed, rhythm, and relentless pressure, will remain the soul of mechanized warfare. As conflicts become increasingly digital, the value of reaction time only grows. In this context, the rapid-fire concept stands not as a relic, but as a blueprint for the next generation of combat vehicles. IX. Conclusion. When steel sings. The rapid-fire tank embodies a profound truth. Power is not only about strength, but about rhythm. Victory belongs not to the mightiest gun, but to the one that fires first, faster, and with unbroken momentum. From a historical standpoint, these machines mark the turning point from the era of heavy armor and big guns to that of speed, automation, and precision. Even as warfare expands into cyberspace and artificial intelligence, the echo of those rapid bursts still resonates, a reminder that in battle, timing is everything. To move faster, to think quicker, and to never let the enemy recover, that is the eternal lesson taught by the Song of Steel.